welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylin, and today for our video it's just me. I'm not with my husband but today what I'm going to be doing is my everyday hair and makeup. I don't put on makeup every single day, but when I do feel like I'm going on a quick errand or if I'm going to work, just something to make me look presentable. I love this makeup look. This makeup look is very clean. It's just taking my natural face and enhancing it a little bit more, working on my features, making my face look a little bit clearer, a little bit of fill in the eyebrows, and just a quick trick on how to snatch your eyes and make them look a little bit more, you know what I mean. Yeah, very simple, budget friendly makeup, because you know how it goes. So yeah, and then my hair is this very grudgy, beautiful soft curl and bangs. These curtain bangs or bangs, I don't even know what to call them. I cut them during our lockdown here in South Africa, which I'm pretty sure 50% of the people watching this have done or have thought about doing, but I did it and I absolutely love it. It's almost got like a 70s show vibe to it. Almost looks like Mila Kunis on the 70s show. So I really do enjoy it. So if you guys want to see how I created this everyday makeup and hair look, please make sure to just keep watching. Also, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell as well, and if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys and gals, yes, this is me. I am fully free of all my makeup and stuff, ready to show you my everyday hair and makeup. So basically, I've washed my hair, I condition it. I don't do anything exciting. I wash it and I condition it, and then my face, I basically just do face wash with Garnier, and I do the bio oil lotion for my face. That's what's been working with me. I've had really funny skin, and also with this whole lockdown, not being able to be outside and getting a lot of sun, my skin's been craving a little bit of sun at the moment, but that's okay. So we're gonna go straight into makeup first, because I don't know, I'm taking you how I would normally do my makeup, and I always start with my makeup first and then I do my hair. I think also just if you do your hair first, all your hairspray and your hair products will stick onto your face and maybe make your makeup not last as longer or have the right or might not come out the way it's supposed to normally look. So I always start with my makeup. I just want to let you guys know is that I'm bad and bougie, but I'm bad and bougie on a budget, guys. I don't have like makeup that costs like 600-700 rand. I basically make sure that I have a good base, because I find it very hard to try and match my skin tone, because I actually don't know what my undertone is. I'm not too sure what. Yeah, my skin's a funny skin. It changes when it wants to, and I just let her play her part. So the only thing that's really expensive in my makeup kit is basically just my base. Everything else, babes, we get it from Clicks. We get it from the Wet n Wilds. We get it from the Beauty on a Budget. Also, I might not have new things, but I'm being honest and I'm being real with you guys, because not everybody has the means to go out and buy a whole lot of new makeup and buy makeup as soon as it drops, babes. If you find one thing and she works, you use her. So I'm going to be starting off with my MAC Prep and Prime. I don't really do a whole lot of primer, just because what I find is that my makeup tends to slip off with it, and if I rather just do like a setting spray or even just lotion, it works better for me. So I'm doing the MAC Prep and Prime, and I'm just going to spray it all over my face. Oh yes, love that. Oh, love it. And then I just fan that and let that dry. I'm just gonna let you guys know I do have a mirror over there and a mirror over here, just so if you see me looking that side, that's what I'm looking at. And I basically just let her dry and live a best life. Then I go in with my MAC base. This is the Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15 foundation, and it is in NC25. Basically she works when I'm a little bit more tan, but because I'm in lockdown and I'm literally a vampire, she will just have to do. And I just pour her on my finger and I just dab her all over my face. I feel like this one's worked. I've been using her for such a long time that I basically just go for her, and if I change colors, then I change colors and I buy a new color. But that's as much as I go. I don't really try other bases, although I would. I just have such a funny, like, my skin's so funny that I stick with what I know and I go with that. Because if it ain't broke, you don't need to fix it. And then I go with my Essence Face All-Rounder brush. She's looking musty, dusty and crusty, and I basically just blend her all in. I do small strokes and I also do some pats into my face. You know, I wouldn't say I'm an all or nothing girl. I do have some days where I basically just put on concealer and go, but I like foundation that gives me coverage, because that's what foundation's supposed to do. So I basically just smear her all over my face. Oh, get into my upper lip. Yo guys, she be looking bushy, and I just spread her around. Once I've spread her around evenly, I basically just go in and I just stipple. I basically just pat my face. I lost my beauty blender somewhere along the line, so we just use her and just blend to pat her in, so that we don't have those brush strokes happening. And we blend it to the neck. You don't want to walk around with an orange face and a white body. So you just blend it in a little bit. Make sure you also get this part of your neck, because if you're having like an updo and you're doing an updo girls and you're feeling posh, if this don't match, girl, that's gonna be your first date and your last date. So just make sure it's all blended in. Perfect. So see, just something light and easy. It's everyday makeup. You don't want to feel like a cake and walking around with powder all over your face. You just want to feel a little bit normal. We're looking a little bit normal now. Straight after that, I go in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I think this is in the shade Medium Beige. And I don't do a lot of her. I like concealer, but I don't do a lot of her. And basically what I do is I plop her right here. I don't go all the way down, but I move this way. I don't take it up into my corner, because luckily with this concealer, a little does get a very long way. And it's not meant to look, I don't like the fact that sometimes if you feel and you like it, you go for it, but I don't like when it's too white under a girl or guy's under eye. So I basically do under my eyes, my top of my forehead, and then right down my nose, this part, and my chinny chin. I'm not gonna lie, most of the time I basically just use my, my ring finger to just pat her in. I find it a lot easier, and then I don't get like blotches everywhere. So I'm just gonna pat her in. They also say using your ring finger is best because it's the most delicate of all your fingers. I feel alive again. Not saying that I don't enjoy what I look like when I have no makeup on. She's cute with makeup and she's cute without it. So I basically just tap in, and then I go ahead on my forehead as well, down the bridge of my nose, on top of my lip and my chin. Remember, this is just everyday makeup. Obviously, if I'm going out to dinner or out to an event, then I would, just going to use my brush, and then I would do a little bit more. But that's it. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and she's ready to go. Straight from here, it depends what day I'm having. If I decide that I want to be doing a, you know, I want my cheekbones to go, then I'll do my cream contour. But most days I basically just do a bronzer. I normally use the Wet n Wild, I think it's like the beach bronze or something like that, but she broke, guys. She broke and I can't use her. So I literally have, I think I bought this from the Chinese store, literally for maybe 5 rand. But if she works, she works. And I use her, I tend to go for like a darker bronzer just because it works better for me, and I like to work it in. So what I'm going with for my bronzer is again this little Essence brush, which I actually got in an advent calendar that they were doing. And I basically just swirl her around, and I do my dark face, and I move her along back and forth just slowly. You don't want that dark cast on your cheek. You just want a little something to bring some life back into you. That's all you want. A little something to bring that life back into your face, so that you're not looking like an egg, a hard-boiled egg. And you bring her up. I bring her up a little bit into my temples, just so that I'm starting to get that little bit of a facelift. Simple, sweet, beautiful. Love it. I don't usually contour my nose. I might just do a little bit today, just so I can. And that's it. That's all I do. I don't try to do a whole lot more, because I actually don't like having too much powder on my face, because then I end up feeling like a little bit too dry. But after that, stay inside. After that, I go straight to my, I don't bake so much, but I do just put a little bit of powder like under my eyes and in my laugh lines. And I'm basically using the Dupe Factory Hollywood Bake Loose Setting Powder. And I think this is in translucent. And basically, I take on a tiny little brush, a nice fluffy little brush, my Switch Beauty. She's looking bad, eh? And I just pour some in the top of my lid of my container, and I just dab it in, and I lightly do it. I don't do baking just because, you know, it works for some girls and it works for others, and it doesn't work for me. I have a somewhat dry combination skin, but I feel that under my eyes, if I bake, I just feel dry and my base cracks and everything just cracks, so I don't. So basically I just put it under my eyes, and I put it in my laugh lines, because I have hectic laugh lines. So smile lines, laugh lines, in my smile lines, and I just pat her all over to set everything in. Then I move on to my blush. I'm using the Rocketeer blush from Benefit. It's the mini version, I think. At least I hope. It's quite tiny. I think I got this when I went to a Benefit workshop that I won a competition to. I'm going to take her on this brush. Like I said, be beauty on a budget, and if it works, it works. And I'm just going to take her in, and I smile, and I put her along the apple of my cheek, and I bring her a little bit up into my bronzer. So I smile, and I just roll her in, and I sometimes pat her in, just a little something. I never was into blush, and now all of a sudden I am on her. Oh, doesn't that just bring life back to your face? Doesn't it? Look at that. She's healthy. She's glowy. She's cover girl. Cover girl. Just a little something, something. Love it. Put it all over me. Great. Then straight after that, I go back in with my MAC Fix Plus setting spray. Just to melt that in a little bit, fan it off, and then I go in with my highlighter. I'm using the Fenty Beauty highlighter in, it's the Kilowatt one, and it's like 2 highlighters in one, and it's Mean Honey and Hustler Baby. She's a bit musty, but I mix those two together. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then I do it basically on the top part of my cheek. Both sides. I don't go too hectic with it. Some days I do. And on the temple area up here, because I just like the way it scoops you in, I do a little bit on the bridge of my nose, and then on the little tip on my Cupid's bow, and then I just put a little bit under my brow arch. And that's basically all my face. My eyeshadow goes quite quickly. I must say that since being in this lockdown, I've left my eyebrows to grow, and she's looking like a bushy babe, and that's okay, because it actually makes my eyebrows a lot more fuller. If you literally pull out one of my eyebrows, my whole eyebrow's gone. That's it. I'm finished. Like, you pull out one here and a whole half of my eyebrow's gone. I'm serious. So basically, I do something really simple. I take Wet n Wild, the Ultimate Brow Kit in Ash Brown. And it's so cute because it actually comes with a little brush and a little tweezer. And then you actually pop it out and it has another mirror, which I only found out the other day. And I'm just going to use my Fenty Beauty mirror. And basically what I do on this, what is this, an eyebrow brush, an angled brush, it's two-ended, and it comes with a little paste at the top. I just dab that in there and I dab it in both colors. And what I do is I, with a spoolie, just brush my eyebrows up so that they're all up. Did you see that? Did you see? We'll talk to you later. And then I basically just go into the two colors and I just do a light line from the middle of my arch and outwards. I don't fill it in too heavily just because I don't like that box brow anymore. And then I just do a quick line at the front, whatever's left on my brush. And if I feel I have any sparse areas, then I go in there. I do know a lot of like beauty bloggers and YouTubers, what they do is they do one eye and then they go back. I can't do that because I won't remember what I did to the other eye. So I do one side and then the other side, one side and the other side. And then basically, can you see my brows are looking somewhat in uniform, like structured a little bit. And that's all I do. And then I just fill in my sparse areas with small brushes up in the areas. And then in the front of my brow, I also just add little flicks, little hairs if I need to. Go to the other side. This brow has a little blank area at the top there. So I basically just fill her in just a little bit, you know, just a tad. And I do the exact same thing, filling in small hairs and the front of my brow. And I take my spoolie and I just brush that through so it's not too harsh. And then I'm going to use the one that I'm using because I'm being real with you and I know she looks gross. I do have a new one, but you know, I still need to break her in. But I am using the Essence Lash and Brow Gel Mascara to just brush my brows up and keep her in place. Beautiful. Guys, I promise you, when I say I have thin brows, like my brows are so overgrown. I think, how long have you been married now? Almost a year. So I haven't done my brows in a year. So she overgrown. So that's it for my eyebrows. I don't carve it out. Like I say, I need to keep that natural look. And then basically just for eyeshadow, like I say, I keep it pretty simple. I do have the Huda Beauty palette, the Desert Dust palette. Absolutely love it. For my everyday makeup, I go between this browny light brown shade and then this pinky shade, just because I think it gives off a nice little bit of a shade. It's almost natural but not natural, but it makes you look and say, is she wearing eyeshadow, isn't she? Like, it's just a nice look. And I basically just take any eyebrow brush and I just go between those two and then I go in on my crease. And I scoop it out because my eyebrows have a little bit of a pulled shape. And I basically just make sure that I take those colors and I pull it out as far as I can go to a point where it won't look that crazy. And I just blend that in and that's as far as I go. Literally. And then I take the exact same colors and I just go from the outer corner of my eye, literally from right about here and out. I don't go under the whole waterline just because my eyes are quite like small. So if I put that there, I just feel like if I go all the way in, it makes my eye look a lot smaller. I don't know if that's a true fact. That's just what I do. But I go from here and I swoop it up just so that my eye at the bottom is also pulling up into my temple. Boom. That's it. That's literally it for my eyeshadow. If I'm feeling fancy, I basically just take like a shimmer shade, which maybe I'll go with this one today, and I just put it on my ring finger, and I just poke it in the middle just for a little bit on the eyelid of my eye, for a little bit of a shimmer halo effect. But honestly, that's really on the days that I'm feeling frisky. I then go back in with my Fenty Beauty highlighter, and I take just a little flat brush, and I just mix those, and I put it on the inner corner of my eye now already, and basically just plop her here, just for a little bang, a little shazam. And then sometimes with my highlighter, I actually go along my waterline in the front part that I didn't go over with my eyeshadow from earlier. So that's the part, just so that it brings your attention to the eye and makes my eye look a tiny bit bigger. See, just that makes a little bit of a difference, like literally a little bit of a difference. Boom! Then, like I said, I enjoy the fact that I can have a little bit of a pulled effect. So what I do, you can go in with like a light brown or a dark brown eyeshadow. I just use the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit that I use for my eyebrows, and I create a small smoked brown wing. I used to do a black wing. I don't do it anymore just because I feel like it's a little bit too harsh. So basically I go in and I go into this little light brown color, and I dab her in there, and then from the corner of my eye, I just do a small line up, literally a tiny line. Show you. A tiny line. You see that? And I just connect her in and smudge her. I think also the smudging and the smokiness of it makes it look a little bit more natural. And that immediately takes my eye from finishing there to elongating it on this side, and I absolutely love it. I'll show you the other trick that I do as well to just make my eye look a little bit more foxier. And see, it's just smudged in, natural, beautiful looking. And then I take that same color and I go to the inner corner of my eye, and I basically just in the inner corner elongate that inner corner just a little bit more, just so that your eye is doing almost of that effect. And because I've now elongated the inner corner of my eye, it makes it almost like pull out to the side. So just a little bit there. Beautiful. It made my eye look a lot more bigger and a lot more foxier. And then I take my handy dandy eyelash curler that Travis knows about, and I just curl my eyelashes. And then I take my favorite mascara ever. It's the You Better Work mascara from Essence. It's a waterproof mascara. Love it. It literally just like makes your eyelashes look so thick. It looks like, oh, beautiful. And I basically just plop her on. I mean, there's no right and wrong way to do mascara. You basically just have to find the wand that works for you. Guys, I wish I could show you Travis's eyelashes. Like, it's insane. Why do men get blessed with eyelashes that literally sit to the top of their eyebrow, and then we as women must pay to get eyelash extensions and stuff? Like, they don't need it. I hope if we ever have children, that our children will be blessed with his eyelashes. See? Look at that. Wow! Wow! Beautiful. And I do my bottom lashes. Some people don't. I do. I feel like my eye is not necessarily finished if I don't. Don't make fun of my bottom lash mascara face. And then another trick that I do just to make my eyebrow hairs come out a little bit more, I take my mascara and I basically just brush lightly through my eyebrow hairs. Just makes it a little bit darker, a little bit nicer. Boom. And yeah, that's my eyes. If I'm feeling like a boss babe, I will put on false lashes. I don't think I'm feeling it today because it's not my everyday look. Basically, after that, my eyes are done, my face is done. Now it's just lips. I go in with the MAC Morning Coffee lip liner. I do overline my lips just a little bit, not too much. And then I also just use my lip liner to fill my lips in, and then I go in with, it's either my Switch Beauty 420 lip color, which I don't have here at the moment, or it's my MAC Taupe matte lipstick, and I just put a little bit on, and then throw a little bit of MAC Fix Plus again. And that is my makeup done. So basically my hair is pretty simple. I cut my bangs during lockdown. So I'm taking my fringe part, which is this little part over here. And what I'm going to do is to blow dry this. You go this side over, blow dry. This side over, blow dry. You do it until every piece of hair is dry. Blow dry, and then you turn it onto your cool setting and you blow dry it forward, just so that your hair sets in that place. And now I'm just going to dry the rest of my hair. So now that I'm literally looking like a lion, I swear my family has this amazing gene, well, my mom's side of the family has this amazing gene where as we get older, our hair gets thicker. I do dream of the day that I will shave all this off. As a choice, yeah, I think, you know, people just take hair as a beauty product, and beauty doesn't come from that. It comes from within you and just how you are. Your personality is a beautiful thing, and just being able to present that to different people. It's not about your presentation of how you look on the outside, although it helps. It's about who you are on the inside. All right, so now that my hair is looking stunning like this, we're going to move over to my curling of my hair, which basically is quite simple. So this is the Tony & Guy hair straightener. He's quite a tiny little one. So if you know how to curl your hair with a straightener, this is going to be pretty straightforward. I take from above my ear, I just separate to create a path, and then I path my hair down the middle. I normally put them into about either 3 or 4 sections on each side. So I take a small section which is about, I would say, what is that? About 3-4 centimeters wide, and not too thick, just something that'll fit. And for those that don't know how to curl with a straightener, what you're going to do is you're going to put your straightener downwards, clamp it, turn it towards you, and pull down. I don't go all the way down to the tips of my hair. I leave a little bit of tip out. You curl it with your finger and you let it go. So it's just a cute little small, I don't want it to be too much of a tight curl. I'm not too worried about if the curls are tighter, if some of them are looser. I want it to look like it's a natural curl that's happening. The next part of my hair, I now turn the other way. So the last curl that we did, we turned away from the face. I'm going to turn into the face now, just because this allows my curls to not like lock up and all turn into dorlicky curls, and we don't want that. We want curls that are different ways, different dimensions, different shapes and sizes and tightness, so that it creates volume in the hair and makes it look a lot more natural. So again, clamp down, turn it towards you and pull downwards. Again, I do not do the tips. I curl it the way that it's curling. Simple, plop it back. This one I'm going to do away from the face. The last strand of hair, I'm just going to let you guys know now, the last strand of hair that's closest to my face will always be curled away from my face. You don't want curls turning into your hair, because when they drop they start to look really funny. So my curls that are closest to the front of my face, I curl away from my face. Flip it 180 and pull it straight down. Don't pinch the straightener too hard, because then you're going to end up hacking, and you don't want to hack. One side done. Boom, first half done. Onto the next section is just where I take it from above my eyebrows, and we're going to follow the exact same thing that we did with our bottom hair. So exactly the same thing again. Alternate your curls that are closer to your face, you curl away from your face. I do always straighten the root part of this hair before I then curl the rest of it. I then do just go in with my straightener to my bangs, and I basically give it a small curve, just a small one, nothing too hectic. And then you do the flip and shake. Every girl should know this. You're going to flip it forward, shake it out, pull it out with your fingers.
I do my hair toss, check my nails, baby, how you feel?
And shake it out. See what I mean about the alternating curls? My curls aren't clumping together to connect with each other. They're separating because they're going in different curl patterns, so they're going different ways. And ladies and gentlemen, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. She is done. Alright, so thank you ladies and gentlemen for watching my video and seeing how I create my everyday makeup. If you do try it, just tag me in your photos. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below as well as the notification bell, and please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it and enjoy it, and we shall see you next time. Bye.